right, and now let me make sure that we have updated. We should be inside 5 minutes. I have the mobile dashboard thing squawking at me on my phone. Oh, I gotta go. I gotta. Uh-oh. Fire just said. Hang on. Fire just said she can hear our audio. Damn it. Guess. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Plastered Dragon, your favorite internet tavern that is themed around dragons. Yeah, I know, it's not a big market, but we own it, so we're proud of that. Welcome to our little slice of the internet, our little slice of the Twitch stream. We are going to be telling a great story for you again tonight. But before we get started, a couple of announcements. Tomorrow night, Cali Dragon will be hosting a fiasco. I believe it is called Fist City and is very martial arts MMA oriented. So definitely tune in 9 p.m. Eastern for that. Then on Friday, the return of Web of Lies. How will the party deal with their healer being kidnapped and the two other main party members going at each other's throats and that buffer not being there to keep them from killing or charming each other? Should be interesting. And then on Saturday night, we have Werewolves on Drunk and Dread. Any teases on the DM challenge, or is that going to be a surprise?
It's going to be a surprise, and you're going to love it, and it's hopefully not going to kill somebody outright.
Well, you know, thank goodness for that. I mean, I hope it kills them slowly over the course of the 2 hours, because we really don't want anyone to die outright. I think that would be horrible. And let's see. Then on Monday, we come back around to Chosen Family. Z's tinkering in the workshop on something. We just found out that Reardon's mom is still alive and that he has a half-sister. And what else did we find out? Oh, and yeah, Rosie is back and wants to talk to Z, and Amrani is back, and Nasarag doesn't want to talk to her. So lots of good stuff. But now, let us get down to our story. When we last left our heroes, a lot of family stuff going on last week, as each of the characters that had a parent around, sorry, Reg, that was hurtful. I apologize. Each of the characters that had a parent around stopped off and visited with said parent, each getting somewhat different experiences, ranging from Zephyr starting to reconcile with his dad, only to find out that Lord Malmarothir was meddling in his family business. Keel getting the world's best cupcakes from his mom, and being advised to go see Father Mike again. Zuki meeting her dad for the first time, and it went about as well as could be expected. He's an elf. They're not really the best at communication or straightforward answers. And then Nick, the big winner of the family sweepstakes, finding out that his mom was not actually his mom and that his real mom was a horrible, evil necromancer that united the summer and winter courts against her to destroy her. So, big winner of the night. The party also did some more investigation and met Mikey B, who is one of the local experts on the occult and supernatural, and possibly the oldest living being in the Boston area. Mikey gave them some pointers that they hadn't considered before, and it led them to go on a little journey to the elemental plane of Earth, where they linked up with Callie's dad and with Zuki's dad, I'm sorry, as they were chatting with him. The portal opened behind them suddenly, and in walked Father Mike, who, last they knew, was dead. And that is where we left our heroes. We now pick up right from that exact moment as Father Mike comes walking through the portal. The world is yours.
Is there anyone behind Father Mike?
No, just Father Mike.
Is the portal still open?
No, it closes behind him.
Is Zuki's dad still like in the line of fire? Like, I know he like bamped right behind him.
Well, no, yeah, you had told, one of you guys had told him that there was something happening behind him. I believe it was Zuki and
actually Reggie gave him the stink eye, and he rolled out of the way. It looked like.
Yeah, I believe Zuki and Reg made their perception checks, and he did one of those diving rolls to get out of the line of fire, and is in a crouching position off to the side now, as Father Mike is standing there regarding all of you coolly. He cocks his head to one side.
Father Mike?
It's not a language any of you guys recognize.
I think he said kill it with fire. I think that's what he said.
I'm going to actually pull out the guitar and start doing some strumming on it and I'm going to hit back to back with both Zuki, Reginald, and Keel, and give them a little bit of something here. See if I can get this going. Define your meaning of war. To you, it's what you do when you're bored. You feel the heat coming off of the blacktop, and it makes you want it more because you're hyped up out of control. If it's a fight, you're ready to go. I wouldn't put my money on the other guy if you know what I know that I know. And I'll keep the jams going and everything, and casting heroism on those three.
Okay.
Ooh.
Ooh, I have to remember what that does. I have it written down somewhere.
That's going to give you guys some temporary hit points.
5 hit points at the beginning of each turn.
And
Ooh,
how long does that
wow.
last? Is that one of those spells that lasts on concentration, or?
It is a concentration spell, and I believe it lasts for a full minute, if I'm not mistaken. Let me look that up again real quick.
If you're not mistaken, and if you're not injured. Both.
And if I'm not injured and lose concentration.
Right. Okay.
It lasts for 1 minute.
Currently, he's just standing there, correct? Like he's not.
Yeah, he hasn't
doing anything.
And as after he kind of rumbles at you, and then he kind of cocks his head again, and it looks like he's thinking, and then he says, "Ah, is this better?"
That wasn't deep speech, was it?
No, it was not deep speech.
Can I do a perception check on Dad to see if he looks surprised or if he looks like he's feigning surprise, or just to see what
you can give me an insight on Papa.
yeah, that's what I meant. 15. That's a 23.
He looks completely caught off guard. This looks like a rare, unguarded moment. You're seeing deep into his soul, pretty much. Like his emotions are all just completely out on his face, and he's just so. And you can see in his hand, in both of his hands, as he's looking, you see 2 swords made out of ice slowly appearing.
I'll take a couple of steps toward this thing, and I'll say, well, I mean, it's better in the fact that we can understand you now, but it's not better in the fact that I think the conference for evil possessed priest is in conference room C, and this is conference room B. So I think you're just in the wrong spot. It's past the candy machine. It's a little wobbly. So
you are mistaken. Terrestrial, prime material, plain humor, I suspect.
That's honestly the best review of my comedy I've ever received. Like, honestly, it's great. Like, I'm touched, honestly. Why are you here?
I am here because here is where I am meant to be. Why are you here?
We heard there was free food.
More humor. Very well.
We're here to stop the end of the world from happening. We thought this might be the place to do it. Insight check on this guy.
Okay.
Versus deception. I'm just getting a beat.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, I'm just getting a bead on him.
And we have our second guy in dice jail of the night. I've only rolled 2 dice.
All right, cool.
I mean, sure. What do you got?
18.
He seems sincere. He doesn't seem like he's covering anything up. He doesn't seem like he has anything to cover up.
No, this is for sneak attack, where you get a bead on him, insightful fighting. And
I got
like
you. Okay,
that.
then that was success. Then I understand.
Who are you?
You would not understand my name. if I told you?
I'm not asking what your name is. Who are you?
I am the Harbinger.
The harbinger of what?
Good tidings?
If you like.
Isn't it most badass when somebody adds "the" in front of their name? Like, I don't know what it is. It just gives it that sense of finality. It might be like the Reginald Thomas. Yeah. Anyway,
Put it on your card.
Then why are you here?
This is my home.
Well, what you done with
If
the
I
plug?
were in your home, you would be curious. Why are you in my home?
we are in your home because we thought it was impolite for you to come to our home and kill our priest and put their skin on. How's that feel, Harbinger? Is that do you understand that? I mean,
That is an acceptable answer.
I'm going to take it that you work for the outsiders, correct?
Who do you refer to?
Beings that live in between planes.
I know of no such beings.
You don't. Do you know anything about this? And I will take the medallion out.
Okay. He doesn't. Do you like? You just kind of hold it up and dangle it a little bit.
Yeah, insight check. Does he recognize this thing at all?
Let's find out. Give me a d20.
All right. 24.
His face is tough to read. Possibly because it looks like the skin is kind of not properly attached entirely. It feels like it's bubbling a little, and so it's hard to read expressions. These aren't expressions that you are used to seeing.
Okay. All right.
Zuki, give me a perception check.
13, 21.
Dad seems like he's tensing, like he's getting ready to do something.
Let him do.
Question for the DM: who is currently has the nails that we found at the church? Who has that on their inventory?
You guys tell me who has the nails.
I took one, but because they were religious, I thought you had two. Because we collected 3.
Right.
But I the only reason I had one is I handed it over to my contact, and he took a look at it and just handed it back to me. But I think you've got the other 2.
Okay. So that being the case, Keel's going to remove one of the nails from his bag.
Okay.
And basically hold it in front of him. Do you recognize this, Harbinger?
Yes. I recognize it. I made it.
What's its significance in everything?
It is a tool. Nothing more.
A tool to bring about what?
Death, pain.
You still haven't answered Zuki's question. Who exactly are you the Harbinger for?
I am the harbinger for my lord and master.
And who's
ruler.
that?
You will know his name soon enough.
Ugh.
His name soon enough.
No, he said we will know his name.
So why is he wearing Father Michael's skin? Weird.
I look back at Keel and I'm giving him a look that hopefully conveys Froggy gonna jump
He said-
whenever you jump.
He says, Father Mike says, if you wish, you may leave now. If you leave now, you will live for a time. If you stay, you will die.
I'm gonna look
Did
over at Dad to see if he's giving us any cues, because if he has been in and out of this place, he may know more about this guy than us. Like, or the appropriate way to react. I mean,
All right, and that's a third die going into jail.
If we run the DM out of dice, does that mean
You
We win.
Yeah.
We
think
win
we win.
D&D.
If I have to
Well,
put
that was-
all of if I have to put all of my d20s in jail, you guys get to level up. That's the price of me taking the dice back. Just so you know, we're 3 in right now. I've actually rolled 2 nat 1s, a 4, and a 16 thus far. So
you should have gotten all the loots already?
so Zuki, you're trying to catch Dad's eye, but he seems
Yeah.
really intent on this guy. Like he's you're not sure. You can give me an insight if you want.
Yeah. Now to 10.
That beats a 1. So
Oh,
yeah, it feels like he's holding himself back because he's trying to give you guys a chance to negotiate, but he doesn't want to.
he wants to attack.
Every instinct of his seems it's like he's restraining himself.
Meaning he thinks he can take it, or he thinks we can take it.
Or he thinks that it's what he has to do. You don't know anything
Okay.
beyond that for sure.
Harbinger, one final question, if I may. Are you the only Harbinger?
More prime material humor. I have missed it over the centuries.
Well then,
And he holds his hands kind of apart like this. And as he does, rock begins growing in between his hands. And it like just it fills his hands, and you see something kind of growing on the other side. It almost looks like a giant maul made of stone.
Seeing this, I'm actually going to go knowing that a minute has passed and my magic is probably gone. I'm going to refresh the heroism, continue with the playing and everything.
Okay, let's see. You have to be fucking kidding me. I'm sorry, internet.
We win! Yay!
I
Did we level up? Did we level up?
not yet, but another one. I can't remember the last time I've rolled that many ones. I'm gonna have to take a picture of Dice Jail. And I'm just gonna each time the die rolls the number that puts it in jail, I am going to leave that number face up so that at intermission I can take a picture of these. All right. We go to initiative before you cast your spell. That one, unfortunately, was to figure out whether or not Pops decided to spring into action or hold back based on noticing that Zephyr's spell had stopped. And he didn't notice, so... All right, Zuki,
11.
Reg,
24.
24, Zephyr.
24.
Really? Okay, you guys will have a roll off. Nick,
I rolled a nat 20, but it's only 21.
Oh!
so your nat 20 is going to have you going at best third. That's horrible.
I know, right?
Keel.
12.
All right, can the two of you do a roll off for me with no modifiers?
Yes.
3.
18.
All right, so we'll pretend Zephyr's 24 was only a 23. All right, that means that Reg, you go first at the top of this combat round.
Cool. I will take a step backwards and fire a crossbow bolt at this Harbinger fellow.
Okay.
All right. That is... Oh, that's going to hit. 20, not nat.
Let me look. Yeah, that hits.
All right. I think my sneak attack is finally up, too.
It might be.
Ooh. Yay. Okay. So that is 11, 13, 19, 24.
Oh, not bad.
Nice.
Okay, Zephyr, are you still going to continue with the action you were going to take?
I am going to continue with the action I'm going to take, giving Zuki, Reggie, and Keel heroism.
So at the beginning of your turn, you get 5 temporary hit points, and what was the other thing? I feel like it was advantage on
Let's
something.
see. They're immune to being frightened,
Immune to fear.
and that's it.
Okay. So immune to fear and 5 extra hit points at the beginning of each round. Okay.
Correct.
Next up, third in the round is the Harbinger. That's right, a nat 20 and you go fourth.
Yay!
So he sinks into the ground, leaving just a pile of skin.
Oh.
And Reg, perception check.
Yeah. A lot. 21.
Okay, a couple of seconds later, you sense something behind you, and you turn just in time to see him rise up out of the ground. He's a little bit taller than he was now before. He's about 9 feet tall as he rises up out of the ground, and the maul is probably almost as big as you are. But because you noticed him,
Yeah.
he's not going to have advantage on you.
Okay.
However, I believe a 20 will hit you.
Actually, my AC is 23, so that's not going to hit.
Oh,
yeah, that's
well.
going to hit really hard. Yeah.
I need for you to make a strength save.
Ooh, okay. It is a failure. I have a -1 to strength.
Oh boy. So, what happens to you is this maul comes sweeping down and crashes into you for 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And as it hits you, it makes a rumbling noise like thunder. And you take 11 points of thunder damage and are knocked prone by the blast.
So that's 22 points of damage. I'm going to use Uncanny Dodge then and have that back to 11.
Yes, that all of that damage is one attack, so that is probably a good call.
Okay, I am prone, but I'm at 11.
You are prone, but you are at 11, and he is going to then... what order would you say you guys were standing in?
Keel would have been probably closest to Father Mike.
Keel would have kind of taken a step forward and be like fronting, so... Zephyr probably would have been toward the back.
Definitely. We're probably looking at this Father Mike and between Reginald and I at the time, except
Yeah.
that Reggie's now halfway across the room. I mean, the field, but.
And the backswing is coming at Zephyr. And the backswing is a 15 to hit.
Oh, you're killing me, man. That's
That
my
hit?
armor class,
Okay.
15.
For a total of 12 points of bludgeoning damage, but no thunder.
All right.
All
And
right.
I need to do a
And you need to
concentration
do a
check.
concentration check, which is going to be a constitution check of 10 or better.
Yeah. 16.
Spell is still alive. Nicholas, you are up.
Yeah. Let's see if I can't get a little something here. I'm gonna try and hit him with Sacred Flame. That's a Dex save of 15.
Okay. Sounds good. He is successful. Is that half damage then, or no damage?
Let's see. Oh, it looks like no damage.
That's sad. for
Sad
you.
face. All right, bonus
Sad
action
boy.
time.
Okay.
I'm going to get out the spiritual weapon,
Okay.
and that's a 2-hit roll.
Yes, tis.
Oh, that is a nat 20.
All right. That
So
will
27.
Ooh.
So nat 20 definitely hits, and you get to double the dice from your spiritual weapon. And looking at this guy, he looks like he's made of some weird combination of rock and metal plates.
All right, so that's 20 total damage.
Okay. What kind of damage is that?
That is force damage.
Force damage. Okay. Perfect. I believe that brings up Daddy-O. He sprints forward and makes 2 slashes with his short swords. That's going to miss, but that one is going to hit. And you notice where he hits, a patch of frost spreads across the Harbinger. As it takes 9 points of damage.
Anybody else nervous yet?
And he gets
A little bit, yeah.
He gets a second attack. So that was attack, offhand, second attack. Second attack. He swings in, and the creature, the Harbinger, brings up one of his arms, and the sword glances off of a metal plate. Keel.
How far away from the Harbinger am I right now?
You can get there in a move.
Okay. So I'm actually going to cast Misty Step
Okay.
and attempt to teleport behind him.
Okay. You are behind him.
Wonderful. With the nail that I actually have in my hand, I'm going to try and stab him in the back.
Okay.
Ooh.
That's a nat 19.
That will hit.
All right.
So, roll for me 1d6 as for damage.
That's a nice. That's a 6.
Okay. As you jam it in, he screams out and tries to twist away, and you see some weird black energy seep out through where the wound is.
Awesome. Then I'm going to take my second attack and stab him again,
Okay.
but going to be leaving the nail inside of his body. And that's a nat 20.
Oh.
Nice.
Get him.
Rolling a 4 on the dice, so a total of 8 damage.
Okay. And I will roll the other damage since you're not actually sure what it is. 4, you said?
Total of 8
Okay.
after being doubled.
It looked as they say in the world of Pokemon, it's super effective. He roars and is not at all happy with you. Zuki.
All right. I am gonna crud. I'm gonna use my bonus action to cast Flame Blade.
Okay.
And then I'm going to hit him with my Flame Blade.
Okay.
So that was a shoot. That's a 14.
Total or on the die?
14, 7 on the die.
Oh, then no.
Yep.
You also glance off of one of his armor plates.
Yep.
And just as a quick reminder, both Keel and Zuki need to have 5 temporary hit points.
Thank you.
Yep, that is absolutely right. And okay, let's see. That brings us back around to the top. Reg.
Reginald gets up indignantly, using half his movement, wipes the dust off of this suit, which was very expensive, and he takes a few steps back from the hulking monstrosity and takes another shot at this thing.
Okay.
That is a 19 to hit.
That hits.
All right. 7. Ugh, that's poopy. 14. 17.
Okay.
I did better last time. And he's just going to use the rest of whatever movement he has to back away from this thing.
Okay. Next up, Zephyr.
Am I able to back away from him without incurring a...
Nope.
She's going to do that. Now... What's my next option? Now, can I do a disengage move or what's...
Disengage is a full action, so you could take an action to disengage.
Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and take that full action and
Okay.
disengage.
All right, and now you can use
And
your
then I'm going
movement
to
away.
move away from him for... get about 30 feet away from him.
Okay. Bonus action?
I'm going to actually cast Healing Word on my good friend Reggie there.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
And
Zephyr, I love you so much.
I'm here to make you feel better. Boy, Reggie, you got wetter when you peed your pants.
Wait, hang on.
Oh, I mean...
That's more than a word. Healing Word is generally just a word, but I hate to nitpick.
I'm not going to split hairs here.
Now you deal damage to him.
And he receives damage instead of getting healed.
Healing damage. Hooray.
And that's going to be a total of 7 points.
7 points of
Healing
healing damage.
Yes. Zephyr, the first person that combined Vicious Mockery and Healing Word.
All at the same
vicious,
time.
vicious healing words.
Vicious
Vicious healing words of mockery. I don't know.
That's healing with necrotic, right?
Yes.
That's correct.
Necrotic
Necrotic healing.
Reg takes the damage, but Zephyr gets it back.
Yes.
So, everybody wins. Okay. Harbinger's turn. Let's see. His first action, he is going to... It's a toss-up between two who have hurt him the most. 1, 2, 3 for Keel, 4, 5, 6 for Reg. Oh, Reg, looks like it's your lucky day.
Bring it, big guy.
He does. He takes the maul and he throws it.
No, you brought it too hard. You brought it too hard.
Take it back.
Oh yeah, that will hit you.
Are you sure?
21. I know you said your
Yeah,
armor class was 23, but it's a large weapon, so it gets an area effect bonus.
That's true. That's very true.
You take 13 points of bludgeoning damage,
Okay.
and the maul spins end over end, smashes through Reg, and then flies back to his hand, Thor style.
Cool. We're going to uncanny dodge that as well.
All right, so that'll cut that in half to 6, I believe I said, because I said 12, yes?
Yes.
So that cuts it to 6. And Keel, you are going to get the backswing.
Oh,
What's that?
that was just me going,
Oh, I thought you wanted to interrupt with something. Oh!
No.
That is a 19, but that's a critical for him.
Hey, why don't you get those dice out of that jail and do a swaparoo for us here?
See, I think I found one that's working okay.
Before he actually hits me, would I be able to take a sentinel attack with my reaction because of my sentinel shield?
No, because a reaction is after his action, and he gets 2 attacks with his attack action. So you're
Gotcha.
reacting to the action, not the attack. But you
Gotcha.
can certainly do a sentinel as soon as he is done smacking you.
Unfortunately, it's when it targets a creature other than me, so I won't be able to.
Can I do a
no,
reaction?
You still could, because he did
Okay.
target someone other than you with his action.
Okay.
This is assuming that you are still conscious, because he's using the thunder on you.
Well, can I do a cutting words on him or attempt a cutting words as a reaction?
No, I don't think that, does it say reaction?
It does say reaction,
Oh, okay.
and it specifically states attack rolls or anything of that nature.
Oh, okay. Go ahead then.
The one thing being, if he's immune to charm, it's not going to work. But, buddy, I'd insult you, but I'm afraid the gods have beaten me to the punch. And
what does
roll
he
those
need?
cutting words.
What does he need to roll?
He rolls a D8 and takes it off of his hit to hit.
Ah, okay. Let's take a look then. Okay. So his to hit roll is now just a 20. Does that still hit you?
My AC is 20.
That would be yes then.
However, it's not crit now, right?
No, it's still a crit,
Okay.
because the crit is the die roll. So if it hits,
Okay.
if it hits, it crits.
Gotcha.
All right. Oof. 26 points of thunder damage and 18 points of bludgeoning. So 44 total.
18 of bludgeoning.
Yes.
Okay. I am still standing.
Okay. So you can actually take your reaction as well.
Yep. So I'm going to take my reaction as my sentinel attack, and I'll
Now,
get.
did you get your temporary hit points at the start of your turn?
I haven't taken a second round yet.
He hasn't had a turn yet.
Oh, you haven't had one yet. My bad.
Right. And so, yeah, I'm going to take my sentinel attack
Okay.
reaction with my warhammer. Let's say 19 to hit.
A 19 just hits.
Woo! Dealing 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. All right, Nicholas.
All right. I'm going to go and move towards Keel. And hit him with a level 3 Cure Wounds.
Oh, and you needed to make a strength save, Keel. Sorry.
Oh. $22.
Yep, you're fine. Are you gonna be doing anything other than the healing, or?
Well, I'm going to heal him for 31
Ooh.
31 points.
Ooh.
Okay.
Thank you.
And then I'm going to use my spiritual weapon. It's already out. It will attack again.
Now, the spell was an action or a bonus action?
Bonus action.
Because I believe casting spiritual weapon is a bonus, but then using it is an action, isn't it?
No, it's still a bonus action.
Okay.
As a bonus action on my turn, I can move it up to 20 feet and repeat the attack again.
Okay.
But I gotta hit him first. So
You
see if
do.
that happens. 20 total.
That will hit.
Nine points of damage.
9 points of damage. All
Oh
right.
wait, hold on. I the 2.
What?
If I use this, if I cast it at level 2, it does an additional 1d8, right?
I don't remember you saying that you cast it at a higher level though.
Oh, that's the cast it at level 3.
I didn't hear you say you cast it at level 3. I just heard you say you cast spiritual weapon.
Oh, sorry, it's level 2. Level
It's-
2. Never mind.
Right. It's a level 2 by
Never mind.
default. If you cast it at 3, it would do extra
Nope.
damage.
Just
Okay.
Level 2. That's level 2.
Good enough. Just making sure.
So many things to look at.
So many.
So many, all of the things. Fortunately, it is not a concentration spell, which means that if you get crushed in the head, it will still stick around. I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm just saying if. Okay.
That what we call foreshadowing.
So everybody,
If
is good.
it's good.
So everybody except for Zephyr and Reggie needs to make a strength save as you feel the ground begin rumbling. Okay, new one for jail.
Keep it.
We're up to 5. Would you rather have the level up, or would you rather have me have the bad rolls? See, that's the question.
Right now,
It's real tempting.
See, it's like a hard choice, man.
Ooh, so you're agreeing to this level up thing, huh?
If you can go through all of my d20s, and I won't even dip into Josh's dice. I promise to only use my own dice.
He's got 87 of them.
Right.
No, they've seen my bag of dice. It's finite.
87's a finite number.
It's smaller than that. Here's the bag.
Got a
Here's my-
17 on that strength
Okay,
check.
17 saves. Zuki?
Well, I guess if they don't need healing, I'm gonna try this.
No,
one.
strength
you
save.
need to make a strength save.
I said everybody but
Oh,
Reggie and Zephyr needs to make a strength save.
Yep, that was. I have a -1 to strength, so that is a 1. It's just
Oof.
not a nat.
Ooh.
Okay, Nick.
17 total.
Okay, so Zuki and Dad go down to the ground prone as the ground begins rumbling. And they each take 6 points of bludgeoning damage from the rocks that begin swirling around them. All right, now it's Dad's turn, and he stands up. And he's going to make a regular attack. Okay, that die goes into jail. Seriously, that's the 4th natural one of the night.
We're gonna level up mid-fight.
I mean,
You might. It's
if he goes through all his dice twice, do we level up twice?
That's what I
Woo!
heard.
Okay, he misses with the offhand. Second attack also misses. Not badly enough to go into dice jail, but not great.
Come
okay.
on, Dad. That was Dad, not the bad guy.
All right, Keel, you are up. Zuki
Alrighty.
on deck, and then we wrap back around.
I am going to swing at him with my warhammer, with a wrathful smite
Okay.
for the first attack. That's a 23 to hit.
That hits.
dealing 7 points of bludgeoning and 6 points of psychic damage.
Okay.
Also, the creature must make a wisdom saving throw or be frightened.
He does not appear to be terribly phased by you.
Alrighty. So that's the first hit, and then with my second hit, I'm gonna swing directly at the nail that is embedded in him that I left in him.
Okay.
Last.
Oh,
That's a 25 to hit.
That will hit.
Nice.
my God, the rule of cool.
Dealing 5 points of bludgeoning damage, and then driving that nail in further, hopefully.
Yep. You see bits of rock splinter off of him as you do that, and sparks fly as you hit the nail. Zuki,
For
Reg on deck.
I'm gonna try this one more time and see if I can hit him. So same flame blade, and that was a nat 1. Yep,
Same die, or do you have 2 dice in jail?
same die. That one is going away for a little while.
Okay. If you run out of dice, does the bad guy level up?
No, he doesn't.
Okay, I'm just asking. Reg, you are up.
I'm going to keep making sure that this thing pays attention to me and not to my friends. So I'm going to take another shot at this thing. That is a 18 to hit.
Miss.
Miss. Oof, a doof. Okay.
Or rather,
Then I'm
it
going to-
glances off one of the metal plates, and the crossbow bolt just kind of shatters. 'Cause that's
We are
way
looking at
cooler.
19 and above, kids. I am going to keep backing up and
Okay.
apologizing.
Sorry.
Sorry,
Everything's fine.
that's on me. I was a little drunk. You said some things. I said some things.
Zephyr.
You know.
Zephyr drags his fingers down the strings, making just an incredibly discordant sound, and comes up with some of the best words he can, trailing wisps of hungry mists, swirling through your tortured brain, draining life from your dark pitted soul. So flows unbearable pain, casting dissonant whispers.
Okay.
That's a wisdom throw. 16 is the DC.
Yep, he's got it.
Okay.
So he'll take half damage.
Which is going to be 3d6. 6, 4, and 4. That's 14, so 7 points of damage.
Okay. Harbinger time. He sees Nicholas there in front of him doing the hand glowy thing, and he decides he's going to just kind of bat you aside like a rag doll.
No, he's mistaken.
Nope, no, he's not actually mistaken. He hits you, and I need a strength save.
How much did he hit me by?
A bunch. I mean, you know.
Damn it.
I mean, if Zephyr wants to try a reaction for cutting words, maybe he'll miss. Who could say?
I'm going to do a reaction of cutting words. Oh,
I'll even let go ahead. Give me some cutting words. Give me something really cutting. Come on.
okay.
Make
He has a small penis.
I'd like to call you a pile of crap, but you lack
Hold on.
both the depth
I got
and
Reggie.
the warmth.
I got Reggie with a spit take. I got points right there. I got Reggie.
All right.
I took
Give me a D8, and we'll see how much it reduces his attack by.
7.
Okay, so that hits a 17 armor class. Does that hit
Damn
you?
it. Still 17.
Damn it.
Stop looking at my sheet.
I'm not.
I'm kidding. It's
All right, you take 15 points of thunder damage and 12 points of bludgeoning damage. So a total of 27 and a strength save needed.
17 for the strength save.
Okay, so you are still up. And seeing you still standing, he decides to continue to batter at you with the backswing.
What was the total damage? You said 17?
No, that was the to hit roll.
It was 20 something, right?
Let's see. It was 12 thunder and I think it was 14 bludgeoning. I mean 12 bludgeoning and 14 thunder, I think.
Oh God.
So 26.
26.
Are you still up?
I'm good, guys.
Does he need to hit you again or no? That's the question.
No, he doesn't need to hit me again. I mean, if he doesn't want to.
Are you still upright?
Yes. I'm still standing.
Oh, not for long. That was a 19, which is a crit for him.
Brian,
Yes?
damn it.
I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not. But we can pretend I am. 22 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh,
Sure. That sounds like a lot. 10 more points than I had left.
All right, as Nicholas goes down, and his spiritual weapon goes down as well, because even though it's not a concentration spell, you do have to be conscious, for your spells. So Nick, it's your turn. So from you, I need a death save.
19.
Okay, so you have made
Yes.
one death save. And on initiative 20, let's see, who is still near him? Keel and Zuki and Pops. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know why I'm pointing at the screen because nobody can see what I'm pointing at, but I'm pointing. 1, 2
I
for
totally knew what you were
Zuki.
doing.
1, 2
I
for
can see.
Zuki. 3, 4 for Keel. 5, 6 for Pops. It is a 1. So Zuki, I need for you to make a dex save.
okay. Ooh, 16. It's 18.
Okay. Rocks begin to rise up out of the ground, attempting to cocoon you, but you manage to dodge out of the way.
Woohoo!
Would
Okay.
I be able to use my reaction for another sentinel attack, or is that passed?
That's past. We're 2 initiatives past the attack now, so
My bad.
yeah,
that.
that's all right. It happens. But
Okay, I just died because you didn't.
Oh,
You would have died regardless. It's fine.
that's right. He was gonna
I'm
react
just glad I wasn't
to.
drinking right there.
He was gonna
He's a
react to
healer.
your death. It was different. So, all right. Let's see. So Dad's turn. He will do an attack, which is a miss. An offhand, which is a miss. And that's a 2. That's enough to send you to dice jail. A 4 followed by a 2. And Dad's second attack. You guys would want it to go to dice jail, even though it's a 6. So that's also a miss. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're up to 8 dice in jail, just so you know.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna have to let you guys win soon, or I'm out of dice. I'm running low. All right. Keel, you are up, followed by Zuki. That'll wrap around to the top of the order.
Okay. Seeing my comrade fall, I'm gonna hit this guy with a divine smite.
Okay.
Nat 20.
I
Nat
wish. Total of 20 to hit.
Hit.
Okay. Dealing. Come on, math. 7 points of bludgeoning damage, followed up by 9 points of radiant
Okay. Nice.
on the first hit. And then on the second hit, that is a 17 to hit, which misses.
That misses. Okay, Zuki.
I'm going to run over to Nick and I'm going to cast Cure Wounds.
Okay.
That is a 6 plus 4. That's a 10 for him.
Okay, Nick, you have 10 hit points.
And I am going to, because I am looking really, really incompetent in front of my dad that I just met. This sucks. So I am going to use my bonus action to turn into a tiger.
Oh, there we
In a
go.
wild-
Yes.
Because he's a lot stronger than I am.
Zephyr's
All right.
heart starts pounding.
No comment.
So that's all I can do.
All right, Reg.
I'm going to, seeing that Zuki is sort of taking care of Nick, I will back up and take another shot at this thing with my crossbow.
How far away
That
are you?
is not too far back because I know the range of my own crossbow, but I'm
Yes.
gonna skirt that line a little bit if that's all right. Like, because this thing scares the poop out of me, and I am a fragile,
Understandable. You're a
fragile
delicate flower.
I'm a delicate flower with a crossbow. Suck it.
I'm
I
a
got
delicate
a-
flower with a crossbow. That's a quote.
21 to hit.
That will hit.
11. Ooh. 17, 18, 20. Wow. Gotta love that 3d6 sneak attack.
Yeah, you do. That's sweet.
That's some good stuff. As more chips and chunks fly off of this guy.
Yeah, boy.
All right, Zephyr.
Can we tell how this fight is going against this guy?
How's
Is he
your
looking rough? Is he?
how's your elemental anatomy? Would you say? Not
I'm just
elementary,
asking.
elemental.
I'm an elemental anatomist.
So we can't tell if this guy's weakening or slowing down at all.
Nope, you really can't.
Okay. I
He's looking rocky.
close my eyes. He's looking rocky, thanks. And I start chanting, Lord Malmarathir. Lord
Oh.
Malmarathir.
What the what?
Lord Malmarathir.
Oh boy! Wow, I did not
there's no place to
see
go.
that coming. Okay, we'll see what happens there. All right, that's Zephyr's turn. Huh.
Oh
Ooh.
my god.
Can I take a bonus action?
Sure. Why don't you?
Godzilla with the bonus action.
I'm gonna throw a healing words at our good friend. Get back up and get back in the fight, Nikki.
Yeah.
Nikki. Hey, it's and that's a 7. I mean 8. Excuse me. 3 plus 5.
Okay.
Another 8 points for Nick.
Take one.
And everybody's remembering to add their plus 5 temporary hit points.
Yes, Dad.
Except for me, I don't get them.
Yeah, I didn't think
The
you were
one
gonna
who
run
needs
into
it.
the fight.
Yeah, he was like, he's the cleric. He'll be off on the fringes. He's fine. Meanwhile, Reggie is
For
way off in the
like-
background, and it's like nothing's going to hit me. All right. So first down swipe is going to be on the prone form of the newly awakened Nick, because he likes.
I was going to keep my eyes closed and pretend I was dead.
Would you like to try that?
Yes.
All
For
right.
sure.
You know what? Give
Not
me a
even-
give me a deception check. Go ahead.
Hold on, I
Nat
got to
20,
pick a
nat
good
20,
dice
nat
here.
20,
All
nat
right,
20,
all right.
nat 20, nat 20, nat 20.
Okay, it's real good. It's real good.
It's a
What
3.
does a 10 get me?
Probably a big cudgel.
A 10, you're basically about as good at faking sleep as Callie and Drunk Dragon's 6-year-old.
I'm making snoring sounds.
And you keep opening one eye to peek to see if they've noticed whether or not you're sleeping.
I'm looking at him with my one good eye. Like,
Yeah,
hey,
exactly. Uh,
he's still there.
so
I got he's there.
you are prone. He gets advantage on the strike.
Can I use a DM advantage? And
On an attack or on a roll?
no,
If you wanted to if you wanted to use the advantage on the deception, you could roll again.
Yes,
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 please.
yes,
Yes,
Okay.
please.
Absolutely, you can
Oh.
use your DM inspiration on that.
What a waste.
Don't do this.
Yes.
Oh, okay, hold on. Wait, where's the damn it, where did it go? Deception. Oh, 17.
Okay. Not bad. Not bad.
I can only a
Not
half
good
open
enough.
eye. Half open eye.
He's still not fooled,
Damn it! Son of a bitch!
and he still hits you for 14 points of bludgeoning.
Why, certainly. I mean, you're telling me, is that a question? Can I say no, he didn't hit me for that much?
Nope, I'm really not. No, that's pretty much what it is.
So, I'm still alive!
And then with the backswing, he's going to try and take a swipe at the tiger.
The
I haven't even done
eye of the
anything to him yet.
tiger.
Yeah, but you just healed the healer, so he's trying to take out the healers, and so
I'm soaking up damage for you guys. It's doing it
Thanks, Baba.
with my face.
This hammer looks like it's coming right at your head, and you see a flash of motion as Dad dodges in front of you, and his sword turns into an ice shield, which is shattered by the impact of the hammer. As Dad takes,
He takes math. That's what he takes.
38 points of bludgeoning and thunder damage.
Oh my gosh.
He does get a nat 20 on his strength save, though, and somehow he goes to his knees but stays on his feet. But he looks like he was staggered by the blow, and he's going to need to make a concentration check. And he makes it. 22. This die is going to stay out for a little while anyway. Yes, fire. Numbers to the face. All
I'm
right.
going to use my reaction
Okay.
for my sentinel attack.
Good
I
job.
remembered. Yeah, it did not hit him.
But you
That was-
remembered, and that's the important
Right.
thing. Nick, you are still conscious. You are prone on the ground, but it is your turn.
Okay. All right. Okay. Let me try this one more time. I can. Oh shit. I guess I better stand up. So that'll take my half movement.
It'll probably help whatever it is that you're trying to do if you stand up.
Yeah. I mean, I was just gonna try and cry and bleed to death, but whatever. Okay, so let me try and hit him with a Toll the Dead. That's a 15 Wisdom save for him.
Oh, another nat 20 for me.
I hate your face,
Jeez.
and I'm talking to the dice. All right, so then with my bonus action, I would like to. Crap, monkeys. That's what I'm gonna
Can
do.
you
Try
do
crap
that?
monkeys. I would like to call forth simians from my hiney hole.
Which domain is that?
It's called Spirit Guardians. That's the official name of the spell. It's actually like literally simians that fly out of my butt.
Spirit Guardians is level 3, is it not?
Yes, it is.
And you can only do a level 2 for a bonus action. Did you say action?
I'll do my spiritual weapon.
Okay.
Spiritual weapon. But I will use that at level 2.
And
Now,
you'll
does
use
that look like a flying monkey?
No, unfortunately not. But it is a
Yeah,
attack to hit.
yeah,
Okay, let me try and hit it.
Fire, we all are. Fire said she's learning a lot more about Nick than she ever wanted to.
26.
26 will hit.
So 8 points of damage.
Okay. All right, on initiative 20, Reg, I need for you to make a dex save.
All right. Ooh. 20, not nat.
Okay. You are standing there and you feel the ground begin to rumble and you glance down and see it cracking underneath you, and so you leap to the side just as a crater opens underneath you.
Ooh.
Damn rogues. Okay. Dad's turn. He will attack. That will hit. Offhand will miss. Second attack will miss, but he does do some more ice. Ooh, he does a lot of ice damage. Those are some good dice. You see a bunch of ice go across this guy's arm as his swords reform and he slashes out with them. Keel, you are up. Zuki on deck.
All right, so I'm going to use my bonus action to channel divinity, my vow of enmity,
Okay.
which allows me to gain advantage on attack rolls against him
For the next minute, I believe. Correct?
for the next minute. I should have been reading that earlier.
It's a good vow. It's a good divinity.
This is a good one. All right, so we're going to go ahead and take a couple swings at this guy.
Okay.
First is a 20 not nat to hit,
Hit.
dealing 9 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And the second attack is a 21 to hit,
Will also hit.
dealing 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Zuki. Tiger Zuki.
All right. Am I 20 feet away from him?
You are not. You are adjacent. You would have to run away and come back.
Well, or I could like circle, like run it a like a little half circle thing to get that 20 feet, right?
Are you sure that that's not 20 feet in a straight line since you're supposed to be building up momentum for a pounce? If it doesn't say that, then I will allow it. But
It doesn't actually say it. It just says that you have to move 20 feet.
does it not say it, or did you not write it down?
That's for me to know and you to find out. I don't know.
Okay, sure. Go ahead. You can. We'll say for
Fine,
now.
I'll run
you
away
can-
and then I'll run towards it.
For now, we'll say that you can pounce.
Okay, and I'll look it up before my next turn.
That
All right,
sounds
so I'm
fine.
gonna.
You get one free
pounce.
pounce.
I've done this before with somebody else, so I don't know. And you allowed it. We'll see. I'll find out. Anyway, so I'm going to run and pounce. He's got to make a DC 13 strength save, or he is knocked prone.
Okay. Oh, strength saves are his jam, and yet somehow
He failed.
he rolled a
Somehow we
three.
add another die to the.
We did. He rolled a 3. You knock the 9-foot tall. The tiger knocks the 9-foot tall monster made of solid rock and metal
Yes.
to the ground.
Okay, so I get a bonus action that I can use before my action because I figured out. So that's my movement, but I get a bonus action if I knock him prone to bite him.
Yeah, you get a bonus bite, and then you get a claw.
My action. So
Hurts my teeth
I-
just thinking about it.
He's made of aluminum foil.
Ah, why, Nick? Why are you the way you are?
so that was a nat 20 on the
Yes.
bite.
Oh, there you go. That kind of makes
So
up for those nat
instead of
ones.
1d10 plus 3, it's 2d10s, correct?
Yep, 2d10 plus 3.
All right. So 8 plus 3, 11. That's
Okay.
it. And then I'm going to claw him,
Okay.
which wasn't great. That's only a 10.
That will miss. Everybody give me perception checks. And it's going to be Reg's turn.
19.
Okay?
17 for Keel.
Okay?
25.
25,
9.
9.
18.
Okay, Zuki, you are closest, and so you actually do notice some of the cracks in the rock. You see what looks like molten rock seeping out of some of these small cracks.
And And I can't tell anybody because I'm a tiger.
Because you're a tiger.
Great.
Reg, you are up.
Now, this is very good for all of the melee fighters, but I would argue that because he's 9 feet tall, I should not have disadvantage on crossbow attacks.
Except
Because
for
he's
the fact,
so
but he is laying flat on the ground inside a ring of all of your friends. So
Yep.
so you have disadvantage, and he has partial cover.
Yep. So his AC goes up. Oh, still not bad. Nope, that's a miss.
What was the roll?
The one was a 16 and one was a 12.
Okay, so you missed badly. The total was 12.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So that just kind of that's not even close. It just kind of skips off the rocks. Okay, Zephyr.
Whew. I don't notice any summer elves poking their head out of the.
Oh,
after
so, I'm
you
sorry.
do everything,
Actually,
do I?
you do.
Oh,
Malmarathir pops in next to you. I will add him to the initiative.
For the love of biscuits, save our lives.
I had forgotten that you had done that.
Yeah. You want a deal?
oh my gosh.
He says, "Always. What do
Let's
you have
deal.
in mind?"
Take me back, and we can talk. My whole thought process being, he can bring us back at this exact moment in time.
Okay, you guys see a flash. You see Malmarathir briefly appear,
Okay.
and then Malmarathir and Zephyr disappear.
What the hell? All right. Well, that was a choice.
Okay, so we will take a brief time out from the combat just to see what Zephyr and Malmarathir want to talk about. So, what is it that you had in mind, my dear boy? You are full of surprises, aren't you?
Shut up. If
Oh,
we're going to deal, we're going to deal now. And this is a one-time offer. It's never coming again. So you decide if this is going to work. We like threes, right? So let's do this in threes. I've got 3 items that you need to do in order for this deal to go through. First,
he has a
you
very
will-
bemused expression on his face.
you will deal with my family and friends from this time forth in your true form. And nothing that you do in deed, through a command, via association, in no way that will cause harm, evil, or corruption to come upon them. That's number 1. Number 2, I can call upon you up to 3 additional times for aid or counsel, receiving without guile or repercussions. Your aid and counsel will be given freely following the spirit and intent of the request. And finally, you will freely
there's
answer
more?
without guile. We're
Oh,
dealing in
this is-
threes here.
This is delicious. Go on.
You will freely answer without guile or expectation of recompense 3 questions put to you by Zuki. These answers will be straightforward, and you'll answer fully in the spirit and intent of the question. Any question you are unable to answer to Zuki's satisfaction will not count toward the 3 questions. And if that is the case, you will inform her without guile or deceit that you are unable to answer them.
And what am I getting for this king's ransom?
Me. After my 3rd request, I submit myself to you.
What?
What?
When you say I am getting you, I need for you to be much more unambiguous about it.
I submit myself to you
Are you
upon the
saying?
completion of the 3rd request.
Are you saying that I own your soul?
I submit myself fully to you.
No, that's still a bit vague for me. You understand, of course. I feel like for such
You
a...
have shown an interest in me,
Indeed, I have.
and I am giving myself to you. My soul, no. But
Ah.
my loyalty and commitment, yes.
Well, that's hardly worth much, is it?
It's the only time the offer's coming.
I see. Interesting.
It's going
Interesting.
once.
Before you count down too hastily, dear boy, you asked me to take you away so that we could work on a deal. You did not give any terms for your safe return.
You're absolutely right. I didn't.
So, you can count down as quickly or as slowly as you like, and I will return you at my whim, at my leisure, but the terms of your deal are not to my liking, I am afraid. You acted a bit hastily, boy. I admire your spine, though. It is most magnificent. I think we're going to turn you into something splendid. Let me make you a counter offer. I will
I'm
return
listening.
you mere moments after we left and give you the means to win this battle. I will give you the means to win single-handedly. You will be the hero. Isn't that a deal worth making?
I don't need the glory.
But do you need the victory?
Yes, the victory we do need.
Well then,
And what are you wanting for this?
how about I use your terminology? I will call upon you one time, and one time only, and you will acquiesce to my request without hesitation, without guile, and fully in the spirit of what I am requesting of you, which I promise will not be to the detriment of your immediate family, their business interests, or your companions.
You must, for me to agree, I need the promise minimum that you will treat my family without guile and my friends without guile in your true form. I'll allow them to make the decision.
How about this? I promise to treat with them in my true form here henceforth. I cannot promise not to deal in guile. And what you are asking and what you are getting are far too out of balance with each other. And so, besides, think about it. If I hold you here a bit longer, if I am slightly off in my return time, what could happen to your friends? Are you willing to stand on principle for that? Really?
Are you really that willing and that underhanded to hold me to that?
Have you just met me, dear boy? I have been insinuating myself into your family for months without your notice. I have brought Zuki along quite nicely, and I believe our plans are coming to fruition. There is very little I would not dare to see this through successfully. Your move, boy.
So what you're telling me is that you want Zuki
Oh, did I
definitely
let that
to
slip?
survive.
Oh dear. Me and my big mouth. Whatever will I do?
And so if that's my understanding, I need to be back in order for that to happen.
Do you? Can they not survive without you? Now it is my turn to count. Do we have a deal? 3.
Explain what the deal is in clear
I-
terms.
I will explain it again. I will return you with the power to single-handedly win the battle. In return, one request of you at a time and place of my choosing, where you cannot act with guile, deceit, or outside the spirit of what I am asking you to do. In exchange, I promise that that favor will not be to the detriment of your immediate family, your compatriots, or your family's business interests. I doubt you'll get a fairer deal than that from any other elf anywhere.
And you will
Treat in my
reveal
true
yourself
form.
to my family.
Oh no, to your friends, you said, not to your family. Oh, you want me to
No,
reveal
my
my
family.
truth? No, I'm afraid I will not do that. To your friends, yes. Your family, no. He holds his hand up as if he is getting ready to cast a spell to return you. Last call.
Deal.
And as you slap hands, you both reappear at the moment you left. And so all of you see, you guys glance over and he disappears, and suddenly they reappear in the same spot, but he's shaking hands with Malmarathir.
That's a tad disturbing.
And now it is Crunchy the Rock's turn, the Harbinger. He is going to take a swipe at Keel.
From the ground?
He stands up. And since he's not really using his movement for anything, so he will take a swipe at Keel, which will hit for 13 points of bludgeoning damage. And then he will take another swipe at Keel. And Keel, I need a strength save.
That's a 19 on the
Okay,
save.
you are still standing, but you take an additional 13 bludgeoning and 18 thunder damage. So 31 total.
Shoo.
Nick, you are up.
Question. For
Yes.
my channel divinity, it's an action. Would
Yes.
that allow me to still use or cast a bonus action?
Yes, you could still use a bonus action. It just could not be second level, or it has to be second level or lower for the bonus action.
Okay. All right.
Uh-oh. Who did we lose?
So we lost Wolf.
All right.
Wolf.
Let's give him a second. If he doesn't come back in a
No
second.
problem.
Oh, there he is. Okay. I was like, I just queued up technical difficulties, but he's back.
Sorry, I thought I was muting myself.
Oh. So it was a self-inflicted wound? That's embarrassing. All right. Go ahead, Nick.
I was just making sure. All right. I'm going to see here. Try to hit him with Toll the Dead. That's a 15 for a Wisdom save.
He makes it.
Curse.
It's pretty wise for a rock.
I'll use attack with the spiritual weapon. 14 does not hit. And I'm done.
14 does not hit. Okay. Let's see. On initiative 20. Let's see. Okay. Reg, I need for you to make a con save.
Erg. That is an 11.
That is not going to do it. you take 10 points of crushing damage, and you are grappled as rock has grown up over your feet and the lower part of your legs.
10-4.
And now it is Melmarathir's turn, who says, who looks at you all and says, greetings all, I'm sorry that I cannot stay, but I just need to stay and watch the boys' grand triumph, and then I'll be out of your hair. And he just kind of does one of these with his hand and waves to you all.
Are my hands constricted?
No, they are not. You are grappled, you are not restrained.
Cool. I flip him the bird.
Excellent. That's just fine. I'll let you use your reaction to flip him the bird. That's fine.
Perfect.
I believe
yes,
that's a
it's
rogue
magnet.
I think it's a rogue ability, isn't it? You can use your reaction to flip someone the bird.
Hang on, let me roll. Oh my god, I rolled a 30. It's not even possible. It's such a magnificent bird.
That's
like
great.
it's
He blows you a kiss.
ugh.
Okay. So Dad on his turn does something a little bit surprising. You see he glances over, and when he sees who is there, his hand goes back and he lashes out, and his sword changes into an ice dagger and goes shooting across at Marathir. It misses, but it goes whizzing right by his head. And he takes the other one and does it again. Oh, and that one hits. He catches Marathir in the shoulder for 8 points of ice damage.
I yell out to the party. I'm making T-shirts that say Team Zuki's dad. XL, XXL, like yeah.
Okay, Keel, Zuki, then back around to Reg.
All right. I'm going to hit Mr. Rockman with another Divine Smite.
Okay.
Let's see, and that's a nat 18 plus 6,
That will
20,
hit.
whatever. Dealing. Ooh, good roll. 12 points of radiant damage with, as well as 9 points of bludgeoning.
Oh, wow.
On the first hit, and then on the second hit,
I
follow-up hit.
I need you to make a con save.
Con save. Okay. That is an 18.
Okay. As you smash your hammer into the rock form, there's crack. You see some visible cracks, and a splash of lava spurts out onto your arm, and you take 2 points of fire damage. You can make your second attack if you wish.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to. That is a 18 to hit.
That will hit.
Ooh, dealing 10 points of bludgeoning.
Okay, I need another con save.
That is a 21.
Okay, 2 more points of fire damage as another splash of lava. Okay, Zuki, you're up.
All right, how is Dad looking? Because he took a lot of.
He's looking okay. I mean, he's definitely looking hurt. He's not looking like he's on death's door, but he definitely felt that.
Okay. God, I don't want to lose my tiger form. I'll go again. I'm gonna do a claw attack.
Okay.
That's that was stupid. Okay, that's a 16. Doesn't hit.
That misses, yes. Okay, Reg.
Can I still fire my crossbow at this thing, even though I am grappled?
You can, absolutely.
Cool, I will do that. That is a nat 20.
Oh, there you go.
Hey.
Even grappled. F you, rock monster.
Rock monster. Oh, sorry.
Okay, this is my first. This is my first nat 20 as a rogue. Is sneak attack also doubled?
Yes, it is. You get lots. You get all the dice.
9, 10.
Now you know why Trevor likes nat 20s so much.
Oh my god. 19. That is 31 points of damage.
You know what else I don't think you've gotten as a rogue before? How do you want to do
What?
this?
Oh!
Oh,
This sucks because he gave Zephyr the power to end it, but he didn't end. Oh,
That's the day. Oh.
I'm so sorry, Zephyr.
Oh,
I
don't
didn't-
apologize to me.
I'm going to like hold the crossbow, but my hands are probably at my side, and probably be able to shoot the crossbow, but it looks like it's like shooting from my crotch region, and just shoot, like looking to aim, but kind of doing an awkward hop around until I get the good sight, pull it back, shoot, and hit him right between the eyes, just right there in the little crack right there.
And it actually blasts through his skull, and the rock crumbles and like some lava pours out, and he just kind of melts to the ground. And your feet are released, and Marathir, wincing in pain, he leans over to you and says, I promised to give you the power to end it, not the opportunity. And he snaps his finger and he is gone.
oh.
And the ice dagger drops to the ground right where he was. And that is where we're going to take our break. All right, folks, we're going to take about a 5-10 minute break, and we will be right back with you. I might even remember to mute my audio so you can't hear our conversation in the intermission. Who can say anything is possible? It's a magical kind of night. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you shortly. Oh, I didn't see you there. Oh. When I play D&D with the Something Wicked crew, I like pineapple pizza. Nothing's better than a little pineapple on a pizza for a... Damn it, Mike. We planned this out. We were like, everybody have pineapple pizza. And yes, Fire, it is cold pizza. We have all had this pizza sitting here since the beginning of the show in the fridge, in our own separate fridges, for this moment. That was all for the bit. That's how much we love you guys. We all ordered pineapple pizza for the show. Mostly.
Hashtag all for the bit.
That's right. Well, Fire, you know what? I bet Nick could send you a slice of pizza, Fire. Hang on.
Just fax that right on over.
Or
Yeah,
just take a
taste of
picture and put it in the
cardboard.
common room. Pizza for everybody, Nick. In the common room. Also, the Act 1 Dice Jail is up in the common room for anyone who's interested. But right before the break, the party had fought some creature called the Harbinger, who was made out of rock and lava and metal. And Zephyr, wanting to make sure that the party won the day, made a deal with Lord Malmarthir to get the power to end the battle. And he did. He had it. He would have absolutely won it on his next turn. But unfortunately, Reg beat him to the punch, killing the monster. And Lord Malmarthir had one small parting statement for Zephyr that was not kind, I think we all know. And then he disappeared, bleeding from the shoulder, the ice blade dropping to the ground. And that's where we left our heroes. So let's pick back up and see what happens. As the battle finishes, Zuki's dad looks over, sees that she's all right, and runs over to Zephyr. What's everybody else doing?
Did anybody see that shot? I mean, I was like entombed in rock, and I'm like, oh, not today, rock monster. And I shot it, and it looked like it came from a. It's amazing. Nothing? No one's.
I missed the crotch rocket.
You missed the crotch rockets.
Damn it!
It's so cool.
Always
Man.
miss it.
It's all right.
Keel's gonna head over to the pile of rubble that's left and see if he can find the nail that he drove into this thing.
Okay.
I'm running over to Zephyr and Dad.
I'm going to
Okay.
go.
And I am just
Check out.
seething. I am just.
Are you going in tiger form, or did you change back?
I'm changing back. And
as you're running, because it would look so cool, you're like,
Yeah.
and then
Absolutely.
suddenly you're upright and running.
And
And Dad
just
was
so you
really
know
smart.
how bad things are, I didn't even notice it happen. I didn't even notice her changing back to human form.
Was it a
While Keel is looking at trying to get the nail out of the rubble, I will check the body of Father Mike and see if there's anything with the vestments or
okay?
the Edgar suit. Yeah.
Right, the Edgar suit. And so Zuki, what were you saying about that? What were you asking about Dad?
Zephyr doesn't really look injured, does he?
No.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
then
only down 12 hit points.
Okay, I'm going to heal Dad because he was taking a lot of damage.
Okay.
I mean, I know for him, it's probably not a lot, but it's something.
He gets over there. He grabs Zephyr by the shoulders, and he like starts shaking him. He says, "What did you do?"
And I do what I can to break his grip on me, which I'm sure is
How strong,
Not a lot.
How strong are you?
10. Apparently stronger than Reggie.
Yeah. Okay. So right now you're grappled. Do you want to try and break the grapple?
I do.
Okay. Give me. I'm guessing acrobatics is probably better than athletics for you.
Yes, it is.
And that die just
Ooh.
rolled away somewhere. That's not the
Into
same as
the
jail.
dice jail is what
Yeah.
it did.
It did not go to dice jail. It just fell off the table. No, it did go to dice jail. You break out the grapple.
26.
Oh, that beats a 1. He's just so mad that he can't even hang on, and you shrug him off.
And I turn my back to him, and I'm not looking to deal with anybody or anything right now.
Zuki says that for what happened.
And I put up my hand, and I'm so full of rage and emotion right now that I probably couldn't talk if I wanted to.
And he picks up the ice knife from the ground, and he looks at it, kind of grunts a little bit, and then the ice knife disappears.
Does he have bracers like me? Like mine?
Not like you, but it does look like it's made of a similar material. He has 2 bracers that look similar in material to your bracelet. Yes.
Okay. Sorry, just want to know.
Yeah, no, it's a good question. Okay, Keel, you go searching through the rubble, and you discover the molten remains of the nail.
Okay. I'll head back to the group then.
Which, for your information, was doing damage every round, even when you weren't hitting it. So that was a good choice.
Nice.
Yeah. You probably did an extra 30 points of damage with that nail,
Ooh.
Nice.
at least. So,
Nice.
and as you throw some healing at Dad, he looks over and, thank you. I'm sorry I lost sight of our opponent. It was a moment of weakness, and I'm glad that it worked out.
Did you know that he was coming here?
If I knew he was coming here, I would have waited at the spot where he appeared and drove my swords through his ribcage.
So then why were you here? Why were you trying to get us here? I mean, I know that you were trying to help us. I accept that you were trying to help us. But if you didn't know he was going to be here, then why did we need to be here?
Well, ask yourself, who else was here? And he kind of glances over in Reg's direction. And you're like kneeling down at the skin suit, and it's gross. I mean, it's a dude's skin, but it's been like cleaned out and kind of preserved so that it can be worn by someone.
Right.
And it probably could still serve that purpose for a being that knew how to make use of whatever enchantment was put on the skin suit, but you don't feel like you want to be that person.
No, I don't.
I call dibs.
No, no dibs. No dibs. There's no dibbing. Dibbing's under denied. The dib is dead. But does he have anything on his person? Like, was he wearing clothes?
Yeah,
when
he
came here?
was wearing his vestments. He had his his holy items. He had his crucifix.
What about the rock lobster?
Keel sifted through that and just found bits of metal and rock, some fused together from the lava, and the remains of that nail.
He didn't have to have diamond eyes, did he?
He didn't what now? He did
Happened to
not
have
have
diamond eyes.
He did not have diamond eyes. He had Betty
Diamond-
Davis eyes.
Diamond testicles?
No, there's no part of his anatomy. He didn't even have diamond kidney stones. There's no part of his anatomy that was made of gems.
New band name, call it Diamond Kidney Stone. There's nothing on the body though. There's nothing there like
I mean, his wallet is there, but there's nothing odd in the wallet. It's the wallet of a priest. It's.
I look
he's
over
rich.
at Keel and I'm like, we should take this, right? I mean, so no one misuses it again?
I call dibs.
I'll turn to Zuki's father. In this plane of existence, is there lava pits or something?
Yes, there are certainly places of lava that we could go to if you desired.
I feel it would be best if we, as respectfully as we can, destroy these remains so that A, it'll be a final resting place, and B, no one can misuse this.
Very well. I will take you to the nearest pools of lava.
Okay. Yeah,
and-
we set forth.
He turns to Zuki and he says, I'm glad I was able to communicate with you. And you guys set off. It takes you, maybe a half hour or so of walking through, it's barren, rocky plain. You end up going up a hill, and then you kind of see some pools of lava.
I'll say a quick prayer,
Okay.
and then, as respectfully as I can, toss the skin into the lava.
There's a thing you just.
Like a basketball, ball it up, or just kind of fling it out.
you
Yeah,
have-
how is this done? precisely?
Let's see.
Paper airplane.
I think I would have attempted to fold it up as best I could.
Yeah, you would have. Yeah.
Flag.
Look,
It's
no,
like folding the
no,
flag. That's right.
You know,
a little origami.
Cross.
We already know he's
I
good at
make a
origami.
crane.
No,
Yeah,
you make
just
a
a little
cross,
origami,
origami
yeah.
cross.
Paper lantern. You can just kind of blow into it and let it float down.
I think we ruined it. We ruined it.
Okay, so you kind of toss the remains of Father Mike in, and you see it begin dissolving in the lava.
It burns
Uh,
the flesh.
You see wisps of smoke and energy coming off of it as it dissolves.
I'm not dead.
Did you hang on to his wallet, or did you burn that as well?
No, I took the wallet.
Okay.
Thief.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I guess. Did we notice anything? Like, this is the only being that we encountered on this plane, correct? Like,
far.
only sign of civilization or life or anything like that. Like,
I mean, there was that weird dark energy way off in the distance, kind of going from the sky down to the ground, but that's pretty far away.
would it be like a day's travel? Would it be?
You think at least?
Okay. I mean, I'm all for camping, if that's the case. Unless someone here has a better form of transportation.
Yeah, we take the teleport and we go back home.
Zuki looks at Dad. Do you know what that is over there?
Not yet. No.
Do you have a quicker way to get there to find out?
I do not think I could take all of us.
Well, okay, he said he couldn't take us. Let's go back.
Well,
I'm
hang
s-
on.
I'm still interested in talking to your musical friend, though. He hasn't
Oh, well, thank
said
you.
what he's done.
I played Fagin in community theater, and I was really proud of it. And it was a time in my life I was trying to find myself. And
Perhaps you should go look again.
oh, he's Zephyr. He's talking about you. Yeah, that's it. Never mind.
Zephyr is in very little mood for communication unless he's willing to try to force him.
He seems tempted, but his face,
Zuki pulls Zephyr aside.
I'll snap it's on. Somebody's getting beat down.
Hey, what's going on? What happened there?
He's probably trying to look away from you as much as possible.
She's going to try to make eye contact with him.
Just trying to hide the tears in his eyes of frustration and anger at himself more than anything. And he found I made a bad choice.
Listen, you're talking to the queen of bad choices here. Trust me. I know what making a bad choice is. What happened? Whatever it is, we can get through it.
I do a couple sniffles and run my arm across my nose, and I lost faith in the group. I didn't think we were going to come through, and went and made a deal with the devil.
What was the deal?
In order to save you guys, I owe him a favor.
Makes two of us.
And he just looks down, and just complete shame and frustration on his face. I was a fool.
You calling me a fool?
And he just looks at you aghast. Never.
Well, I did it too. Not saying it was a good choice, but we all have moments. Don't beat yourself up. We can get through this. Just be honest with everybody so that everybody knows what's happening so that we can get through this.
I'll let him know. I just can't talk about it right now. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
She gives him a hug.
And he stiffens just for a second, and then leans into the hug and puts his arms around her. And actually, she could probably feel some sobbing and stuff coming up, as much as he's trying to hide it. But he's openly crying probably right now.
I'm
Is
gonna
where he's
punch
at.
Reggie in the arm. Punch
What?
Reggie in the arm.
What?
What? What?
What?
What? The what? What? Me? What?
Oh my God, she's hugging him.
And then do you walk away and leave him alone, or
No, I'm just gonna stay near him.
okay? Dad walks over.
Can I?
Oh, go ahead.
Can I talk? Can I talk to Dad while this whole thing is going on?
Yeah, you
Almost
can-
simultaneously.
Yeah, sure.
So you mentioned that you could bring someone over there.
Yes, I believe I did. Yes.
Can we go do that right now, right quick, and then come back and join the group?
I didn't say it would be quick. I said it would be quicker.
Oh, all right. Sorry, that's on me. Can we do it right quicker then, and then come back and join the group?
Oh, are you assuming that it is you that I'm bringing with me?
No, I thought it would be the other British man asking you, the one that's right behind me. Yeah, I mean, I care for your daughter, and I understand that you want time with her as well, but I have looked after her as well. I wouldn't mind spending a few minutes getting to know you as well.
In
We
due
care a
time.
great... Yes. Yep. That sounds great.
Are you in a hurry? I believe your name was Reginald, was it?
Yes, and I'm sorry, I didn't ask you for your name. What is your name?
You didn't. You may call me, though I suspect my daughter has given you some of my names, but you may call me Lord Dermair.
Lord Demayer.
Dermair.
Demayer. And do I know what that translates to in Sylvan?
It doesn't have a
Is that-
direct translation. It seems more like an honorific, something to do with Winter Night.
Okay. Understood. Well, thank you, sir. She has searched for you for a while.
Yes. And I am only sorry that I could not let her find me before now. Now, if you will excuse me, I am not quite finished with your young friend over there. Perhaps
Which-
when I am done with him, we can discuss if any of
Yeah.
us should go in search of the column.
Sure. Yeah, I will go with you while you talk with my young friend over there.
Very well. And he walks over and he sits down Is there room between Zuki and Zephyr for him to sit?
She would make room.
Okay, he plops down between them. You seem upset.
Yeah,
Good.
and
That at least shows signs of wisdom. You made a deal.
I felt I had no choice.
Make a deal with me then.
I think I'm done with deals.
What do you desire? What do you need? I think you will
Why?
find this
Why are you
deal-
asking?
Because there is something I wish of you.
What is it that you wish of me?
I wish to know when he redeems his favor, what it is.
Do I catch any ill intent or anything from him? Can I look into that?
You can give me an insight check.
18 plus. That'll be 25.
Okay. You don't detect any ill intent toward you. You definitely detect ill intent toward Malmarathir.
What are you going to do with this knowledge? Because if it has anything to do with kicking his ass, then I'm all for it.
What does it matter what I do with the knowledge?
You know, I've dealt with elves only a little bit, and I can't stand anything that I've seen thus far. If you can't talk to me straight, then the answer is no.
Very well. It is not a wise choice, but you have shown a
Yeah,
habit of
I'm good at those. I'm good at those.
Yes, I have seen that.
And I'm just right now, my ire is starting to get up, and I'm starting to feel just added on top of what I'm doing, and now I'm starting to get mad.
Well, your lack of wisdom and judgment is jeopardizing my daughter's life.
What do you care? You haven't even been around in the last for her life.
Oh,
Shut
You've left her on her own. She was in the streets since she was 8 years old. You're going to talk to me about wisdom, about concern?
Be careful, boy. You do not know what you speak of.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of that going around these days.
Hang on a minute. He's right, and he's not the only one who's made a deal with Lord Malmarathir.
He looks over at you.
I understand it wasn't the best choice, but we've all made mistakes.
I understand that, and I am willing to forgive many mistakes, as I have made them myself. He is compounding them, though.
So be just as angry at me as you are at him. I did the same thing.
Did you, though?
I did.
And will you make a deal with your father?
The same deal?
The same deal. When he redeems his favor from you, will you tell me what it is?
I want you to tell me about him and why you distrust him so much.
If you can phrase your request artfully enough, I will have no choice.
Is he responsible for the state that my mother is in? Is he somewhat responsible for the state that my mother is in?
Reginald,
Oi.
you understand the world of the Fae better than anyone else here. Save
Yes.
myself.
Yes, probably.
Can you explain to my daughter the limits placed upon me that I cannot explain myself?
Right. So it's sounding more and more like your father has a geas placed upon him, limiting him from being able to speak about certain subjects. It could be based on the mantle that he has. As Winter Knight, he can't disclose certain information that somebody that is in charge of him or working with him or utilizing his services has placed upon him. So if you do this, you're going to have to get as circuitous with him as you do with me. Anytime I tell you to eat food and you tell me you're not hungry and it takes me 3 freaking hours to get you to finally eat food. But you're going to have to utilize some of that cleverness a la Doctor Who season 10 David Tennant style speaking in order to
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see that. I didn't have a house or a TV.
all right, then we have some watching to do. But essentially, you're going to have to be a clever girl and figure out a way to phrase this question that would allow him to circumnavigate in certain limitations placed upon him.
Give me an insight check, Zuki.
Nat 20.
Your dad looks at you and he says, "Make a deal with me." And you see a pleading in his eyes.
It's
Like
a deal.
He's begging you to do something. And you're not
It's a
sure
deal.
what do you require in return for what I have asked.
I require, and she looks over at Reggie. Would a deal circumnavigate?
Depending on what you're asking. So why don't you ask for information regarding a certain event that is on equal status in your father's mind with learning about when Malmarathira is calling in his deal, because it's still operating within the certain limits and it's still a equal deal back and forth. But your father, if for some reason views this, really wants this information, the information shared with you will be as of great as he deems the other information. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Take the deal.
It's a deal. She looks at Dad. What can you tell me?
Wait, you must ask for what is being exchanged. In exchange for telling me the timing and nature of the favor, what am I giving you?
In exchange for telling you the timing and nature of the favor, I would like to know anything you can tell me about Lord Malmarthir. And what happened with my mother?
I accept.
There we go.
And you see a look of relief on his face, and he smiles. Thank you, dear. To not tell you now would put Winter out of balance, in debt to you. And that balance matters more greatly than the obligations of secrecy. I am now free to tell you what you wish.
Okay.
Malmarathir is the reason your mother is in the state she is now.
So what happened?
I was visiting this plane. It is the reason why you have not seen me for so long. The last time I made myself known, your mother nearly died. I visited her outside the sanctuary, outside the bounds of winter, to catch up, to have lunch. Somehow he got wind of the meeting. I don't know how. And he was there, waiting. And he ambushed me. The spell was meant for me, and she threw herself in the path. And she has been asleep ever since. I could not make myself known to you, for fear that someone else would know that I was making myself known, and you would be just as imperiled. That is why I watched from the shadows all these years. That is why I cared for you from the shadows all of these years. And he glares at Zephyr as he says this. Did she live on the streets? Yes, because she was safer there. Do you think I wanted her in a home where Ben could follow her around, where they could ensnare her as they tried to ensnare me? She was safe. She was provided for. I nudged people into her path when she needed them. Or did you think it was a coincidence that you were there that night in the alley, Reginald?
Well, I did right up until you said the words, did you think it was a coincidence you were in that alleyway that night, Reginald? And now I'm thinking less and less that it was a coincidence.
I know what you believe of elves, and you are mostly right. I cannot change my nature. But neither does that change how I feel about my daughter.
If you'll forgive me, talk is cheap. And I'm very glad that she's found you, and I hope everything you're saying is correct and that you've been gone. But in my line of work, and all of our lines of work, words are cheap, especially from the Fey court.
I must
And it's
answer
not your-
truthfully.
I understand that. I do. But it doesn't matter if you're an elf or a dragon or a gnome. Your actions need to show who you are. I think the time for hiding in the shadows is done.
Have I not revealed myself?
You have, and I hope you continue to reveal yourself. That came out wrong. No, I hope you continue to. I broke Brian. DM inspiration. I hope that you continue to stick around.
I will do whatever I can within the limits of my station. I cannot promise more than that. I don't mean I will not. I mean I cannot.
I understand.
And he looks over at Zuki. And I hope you can understand in time what that actually means.
I know that he has a lot of interest in me. And I assume that perhaps that's because he knows who I am, whose daughter I am.
Undoubtedly. I only regret that my aim was not as good. I was a bit shaken by whatever that thing was that hit me. I don't intend to miss a second time. He looks at Zephyr. I don't suppose you'd consider calling him back.
Zephyr, I look at him and try to meet his gaze, and swallowing my pride, I apologize. I'm sorry. You probably didn't deserve In fact, I know you didn't deserve my harsh words. I've got my own daddy issues, and I'm not asking anything. But if there's something you feel we need to know, then I do agree to let you know when Malmarthur calls and what he asks of me.
What? It does not work that way. You must ask for something. I cannot accept something in return without giving something back of equal value. That would place Winter in your debt, and that is an obligation that cannot stand.
You seem to have an interest in this plane, which you seem to be unable to speak of. Would it be something to do with the forces that we see in the distance?
So you are asking for an answer to my interest in this plane.
I am.
I accept. And the answer is yes. The forces you are fighting are interested in this plane and what you see in the distance. But you are not ready for what is in the distance. I could not tell you that before, but now I am obligated to tell you.
Do you have a time frame? How much time is remaining to us to get ready?
I do not know. All I know is that your best hope is that what is there in the distance you never have to engage with.
So are you saying that this can be done in a way other than with arms and with battle?
Not necessarily, but this does not have to be the fight you choose. There will be many other fights. Of that you can be certain, but this one, you are not required.
I
Unless
glance
things
over
go
at
terribly, terribly wrong.
I glance over at Reggie with questioning eyes in hopes that he gets, is there more I should be asking? Come on, you're the daddy figure here, bud.
Nope.
Oh, so
And
he leaves.
there goes their internet. It must be the internet company doing their updates.
That's
I
what-
look to a daddy figure
That's
and,
what you
and
get.
he leaves.
That's what you get, son. For looking at me with questioning eyes. That's what happens. All right. So the question is, this is me speaking out loud, and if Zephyr or anyone else happens to hear this, they hear it. If this battle off in the distance on this plane is not for us yet, if we're metaphorically not at the same level as this thing off in the distance, then what can we be doing on our plane to assist in the upcoming battle?
You know, that's something I should probably ask Lord Dermure.
That is,
I mean, if you want to, it's crazy. I was just thinking out loud. That's something I do, Reginald, not Zephyr. Yeah, but if you wanted to, yeah, very much so, you could probably do that. Crazy random happenstance it was.
And I repeat exactly. Can I make a die roll to get the exact question? This force that we're seeing, we're obviously not prepared for. Is there something we can be doing on our plane to get us ready for this? Or glancing over at Reggie all the time, seeing if I'm getting this right, to prepare ourselves for what comes.
your best bet is to ensure that it never comes to your plane. ask yourself,
Which
what is a harbinger?
he's someone that comes before the doom. Is he not?
He is a herald of things to come.
Yes.
Well, I
All
cannot
right.
tell you what is to come. Perhaps you can figure out for yourselves what is to come and find a way to avoid it.
Ooh. Ooh.
Do you
Okay.
say that out loud?
Yeah. Oh crap. You remember the night we all met? And do you remember us going to the two guilds? And how one of those guilds in particular had a device that
Detected
prob-
planar.
that we could probably use to either contain or be fully aware of these breaches into our plane. And instead of constantly being on the defense, start pinpointing where these holes are and kill some of these harbingers before they make some noise. That's something we could definitely be doing. Or at least talk to Gray and have us make a spiffy one out of a Tamagotchi and some spit and duct tape.
Well, the
So-
question remains: there were 3 flayed priests. We found the first one.
Right. So we've got to find these other 2 priests, right? And we know what they look like. We know what their names are, what names they're going under.
I'm kind of looking over at Zuki's father, seeing if he has any reaction to anything that's being said at this time.
You see him raise his eyebrow when Reginald was saying, we could go to Gray and have him make something out of a like spit, duct tape, and a Tamagotchi. He was like,
Okay, spit and Tamagotchi and duct tape. That's what we need next.
Keel, I think that's a marvelous idea, and at least it gives us something to go off of. We could definitely use some resources in terms of. I don't know how sustainable it is going to be for all of us to keep living at my apartment, but we can keep there for a while.
could you guys give me perception checks?
Ooh, yes.
What do you guys do?
25.
25. That's pretty good.
It's a nat 20.
That's also pretty good.
17.
16.
Reg?
26.
Wow.
So pretty much everybody hears the weird bubbling from the lava lake below and kind of glances down, and you see some forms starting to rise up out of the lava.
Ooh, hey, who wants to go home?
I was just
Home?
thinking that might be a good idea.
Home.
Quickly,
Let's do that.
follow
That-
me. And he starts sprinting back toward where you guys first came in. And he's like looking back to make sure people are following him. In particular,
I'm
Suki,
running
but-
like I've never run before
and not needing an inhaler.
and not needing my inhaler.
So you are literally running like we've never seen you do before.
It's true.
Yeah.
It is true. You don't see him stop at any point during this run, which probably slows you down a little bit because you're expecting to look back to make sure Zephyr is keeping up, and you look and he just zips past you, and you're going, wait, is the air different on this plane? What's going on here? I don't know. Something not right. And as you guys go running, you're glancing back from time to time. You can see these lava monsters shambling behind you slowly. And at first it's a couple, then it's 5, then it's 10. By the time you guys get back to the entry point, there's 20-ish lava monsters. They're not moving nearly as quickly as you, so they're a good ways in the distance. As Dad begins casting his spell, and the portal opens up, and he's waving you all through. And then he jumps out after you and closes it, and you end up back in the alley again. Everyone all right?
I know it was, yeah, I know it was really scary, but I feel like I have to bring this up. Do you guys remember the Scooby-Doo with the lava monster? I mean, they got it pretty spot on, right? Like it looked.
How much television
pretty
do you
good.
watch?
Well,
No,
ever since he learned about Scooby Doo, man, we not been able to watch it.
I mean, it's pretty good.
They tend to watch when you're hogging the bedroom.
That's why I haven't seen all of this.
That's pretty much it.
That's right. All right.
I turned to Lord Dermir, and again, my apologies, sir. You've caught us at a stressful moment. Have you fulfilled your end of our deal, or is there more?
I have fulfilled my end of our obligation.
I thank you, and I give him my best Chinese bow that I was taught from my mother.
And he bows back, and he actually bows slightly more deeply, like not so much that it's debasing to him or insulting to you. It's just enough to show respect. It's like he does it exactly the right way, almost as if there were some Asian influences in his life.
Oh, it's a bow off.
I know better than that.
Yes, you do. You know that then bowing back more deeply would be the wrong thing to do. So
Yeah.
that's what Nick would do in that situation.
I would almost lay down on the floor. That's how low I'd get.
Well, I don't know if I can show respect in my eyes, but as I do try to meet his gaze again, and I'm definitely thinking that.
Okay, cool. I must return to court. I have other obligations, but I will be available. Zuki, yes.
I am supposed to be going to Winter to speak with Lady Goldorak once each week. An agreement's been made for 4 weeks, one of which has been followed through with, and one is due any day now. Do you live there? Are you usually there?
I do, and I am. I could meet you at the portal. I could escort you to her, if you would like.
That would be nice.
And perhaps we could sit with your mother afterward for a while.
I would like that.
He nods a little bit. Well, I can't stick around here. I don't want Ben to find me or any of the other agents. I don't want to endanger you, but call
Lord-
on me if you need me, and if I can
Lord
help.
Dermir, if I can. I'm under compunction to talk to my family, but I've been put under no compunction to talk to anyone else. I can tell you where Lord Mal Marathir tends to show his face on a regular basis.
He cocks his head to you. Really? Now that is interesting.
It's at my home. He's been working with my father, unbeknownst to my father, of who he is. And he's been seeing to affairs there.
What does your father do for a living?
Well, I don't know if you are familiar with this plane or not, but he owns Fayweb Enterprises.
He laughs.
And Yeah, I didn't get it either until just recently. But does a lot of trading online and things of that nature, and
It's a bit
has
brazen of him, isn't it? Fayweb Enterprises.
I just thought it was our last name, part of our last name that he had put into it.
I
But
believe I may look into Fayweb Enterprises. I assure you I will not cause any harm to come to your family.
I trust that you would not.
Can I get a word in private with you as he's like, I'll walk him out. Can I just get a word in private on the way out?
He glances over at Zuki because he hasn't really had any interaction with Nick, so he kind of raises an eyebrow.
She gives a half smile and a nod.
Very well. Walk with me, Nicholas, is it?
Yes, yes.
And
Surprised you would.
I do try to listen when people talk. You'd be amazed at the things you can learn.
Interesting. It's looking to learn a little bit of information myself. If someone were so inclined to, I don't know, upset the balance between the courts, let's say put the edge in the winter court or put the edge in the summer court, is there some particular process that would be the best way to make that happen? Say you were going to attack the summer court. I don't know. What would be your target of interest?
Are you seriously asking the Knight of Winter to give you battle plans
No,
that
just
he might use against
casual. Oh, it's not for me. It's for
And who
general
is it
knowledge.
for?
General knowledge.
I will give you some general knowledge then, Nicholas. And he stops. And he looks at you. And he holds out his hand for a moment. And he says, there is something off about you. But you are my daughter's friend. And he puts his hand down. So I am going to try and extend trust. And will not seek to divine information about you magically. But if you wish to involve yourself in the affairs of the Fae, learn subtlety. That is my advice to you.
You know, what do you know about me? You don't know me. Just I trust you. If you want to trust me, go ahead. Figure out what you want to figure out. If you wanted to get any insight,
Are you
by all means.
Are you telling me that you wish to have me
Sure.
cast?
I mean, I would want you to trust me.
He glances back at Zuki again.
She shrugs.
And he begins chanting, and you let's see, what are you guys looking at? Keel, where are you looking right now?
I'm actually checking the alley, making sure that we're not basically
Okay.
being spied on best that I can.
Zephyr, where are you looking?
Actually, I'm looking down to where Nick and the father are.
Okay.
He's actually caught my attention.
More specific though, like what are you focused on?
I'm musing over the words and the respect and things of that
Okay.
nature. So I don't know that I'm totally
You're not
focused,
focused,
or
okay.
just happen to be
Reg.
looking down there.
I'm focused on his hands.
Okay.
Lord, what's his name's hands?
Okay, Zuki?
I'm looking at him. I'm looking at the interaction between the two of them. I'm looking at him. I'm still.
Anything in particular, or just you're like looking at their interaction?
His face.
Okay.
Looking for any subtle anything in his face.
Okay. Reg and Zuki give me an insight. Reg, give me a perception.
23.
24.
Reg, as his hands are moving, you see a flicker of bluish energy from his bracers. And
Okay.
yep. And Zuki, you catch. Okay, that's going to jail too. You catch a look of surprise on his face that he quickly tries to cover up.
At what exact words?
It's like as he's saying some words. He's saying some words in Sylvan, and then looking intently at Nick, and then he sees something in Nick that startles him and makes him possibly a little bit nervous, and then he covers it right up.
What words was he saying? I speak Sylvan.
He was saying, reveal to me the truth.
Okay.
Okay. Got it. All right.
And Nick, you see him like, you know, he's casting a spell at you, and go ahead and give me an insight check.
You have no secrets from me with the nat 20.
You also pick up on the startled and slightly afraid look before he covers it up. And then he finishes his spell and he says, I thank you for allowing me to do that. And
Can I lean in real
Sure.
close
Mhm.
where nobody else can see or see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Did you kill my mother?
I did not even know your mother.
Do you know who killed her?
I do not. But I know that she was killed in the battle with Winter and Summer.
Can I read those lips?
No, because his back is to you. And Nick has just kind of leaned in to obscure so that you couldn't. Yes, I have realized who you actually are.
I'm not my mother, obviously. I just wanted information.
I understand. But you carry something of her inside yourself. Whether your choices are intentional or unintentional, whether they are subconscious, such things as calling dibs on the skin of a dead man speak volumes. Mind your choices carefully. They can define and control you.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
I think he's going in for the kiss.
It's got to be. It's got to be. He's been down there so long. What is happening?
I'm just gonna turn and walk back up.
Oh, and their internet again.
And I
Jesus.
flip the light switch. Bink!
Nick, will you stop unplugging Callie and Drunk Dragon's internet, please?
My foot touched the cord. I'm sorry, I unplugged it with my foot.
Spectrum.
Nick
You're
keeps
getting-
unplugging your internet.
Call. A very angry call.
Yeah.
Internet.
Ooh.
And so Nick walks past Dad. He turns back to all of you, nods, steps into a shadow, and is gone.
Oh crap!
What?
We need to start asking people for money. We need money. God, we need money. Shit, some of these otherworldly beings, we need like Yeah, let's head back to the apartment. Even just gas money, you know what I mean? Like for Keel, it would help so much. You know, it's not something the fairy court thinks about.
They don't really have payday in the Feywild.
No, we can't loot monsters or anything like that. Yeah.
You know what? I believe I've PM'd all of you who have a source of income about said source of income. Let's say today's payday, so you can up your disposable income bank accounts by that amount.
Oh, sweet. Thank you.
That doesn't help me.
Yeah, Zuki, strangely, you and Zephyr didn't get those messages, did you?
No, we did not.
Oh, sad cockroach. But
All right.
all right, so you
yeah.
guys head back to the apartment.
Yes, we head back, and
What time of day are we looking at?
We're looking at about mid-afternoon.
Oh my gosh, is that it? We've done so much today.
no, and I'm not going to stop. I want the names of the other two pastors or preachers or priests that were there. Is there any information in the wallet that might have contact information or a picture of the three of them together? Or
Keel might know.
yeah,
There's not. I mean, there's like a couple of credit cards, driver's license. The address,
Okay.
of course, is the church that you've already been to. Armed with some of this information, you could possibly try to go back to the church and see if you could search through some of the church records, find out who the other priests were at that church.
I will take a short rest and then let everyone know that the day is still young. I'm probably going to head back to the
Okay.
church and see if I can find some information.
Would Keel know the name of the other two priests?
His mom might.
Keel wouldn't, but Mom certainly would. Because Keel really hasn't gone to church in a while, has he?
This is true.
Mom was excited that he was going back, but he really wasn't. So
Hey, Reg, what was the name of that bookstore owner? The real cool guy.
The real cool guy. Oh, the older British gentleman.
Yeah, the one with all the good books.
It was starts with a C. I don't have my notes. I don't have my notebook.
Well,
But
I'll find it. You know what
he's
right there.
he's really cool. Brian, do you remember? It's Corvin Crow. Cool. I would have it written down somewhere.
You'd have it written down.
Yeah, that guy. He's so cool.
Good guy with the good books, right? I need to go see him. I need to do some research real quick while
Okay.
we've got some time here, since we're gonna.
The
So,
cool
I'm gonna
old
do
British guy. Okay, you're gonna head over to the cool old British bookseller.
Yeah.
And is anybody else taking a short rest and healing up, using any hit dice or anything like that?
I would like to do
will
that.
be, and I'm actually going to do a little song of rest for us, and so
Thank you.
Song of Rest still a D6 or is it a D8 now?
it is actually. I'm not sure on that one. Checking now. Peaceful, easy feeling. Oh, come on. I can't find it on this new one. Where am I at?
Ooh.
Yes. Help me out here, guys. Where am I looking?
For Song of Rest.
Yeah, it's one of my.
Features and traits.
Oh, there we go. It's still 1d6.
1d6. Yeah.
Oh,
Me, though.
it's not till 9th level that you get 1D8.
9th level, I get to 1d8. Yeah.
That's a while.
Yep.
Cool.
For what it's worth, I think I'm down to 6 D20s. So if you guys can find a way to get at least 6 more rolls out of me.
That's a good chance. Awesome.
You're in with a
yeah.
chance.
Nick, do you? Does anyone else have anything that they need to do? We could just take a little information gathering. But if people want to stay behind and rest for the day, we could do that as well. Or we could set out and try to split up and knock out a couple of things, or go together in groups, which is probably the safer bet now that we're being hunted by outside beings.
So Nick wants to go and do some research. He should have at least one person go with him. You're headed
Right.
to the church.
Aye, Captain.
And then lastly, we need to head back to the Italian guild for the planar.
Yes.
Stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, oh, that's true. To see if we could borrow some of their cool little knickknacks and things like that.
So I say we do 2 groups. First group goes with Nicholas.
I'll take
Second group
Zephyr
goes
with
to the
me.
church.
I shall
Cool.
gladly go with you, my friend.
Okay.
How you feeling, Zook? You feeling feisty? You want to go to a church?
What was our other choice?
A bookstore. But to be honest, we're going to a church, and we're also gonna go see if we can maybe get some magic items, or possibly steal a magical item if they say no.
That sounds fun. I do that.
Cool.
Yes.
It's Zuki, Keel, and Reg, and Nick and Zephyr are the 2 groups.
Yep.
All right.
Meet
so-
back here.
Zuki, excuse me. Sorry about that.
It's all right.
Cold pizza, do that.
I forgot that I'm not a pizza breathing organism. It happens. All right, so Zuki, Reg, and Keel, you guys head to the church. What are you doing there?
En route, I'm actually going to send a text to my dear sweet mother,
Okay.
basically saying who are the other 2 priests that Father Mike would work with quite often,
Okay.
and hopes to get those names that way as well.
She says she sends a text that is as rambling as a conversation with her, because she's one of those moms that types all of the words that come into her head. So she's like, let me think about it. You can hear it in her voice too. Let me think about it, dear. 2 priests. Oh, that sounds like a joke, doesn't it? Hang on. I think it was Father Matthew and Father Patrick. Are you going to go see them too?
That's the plan.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Thanks, Mom. Love ya.
Love you too. How are the cupcakes?
The best ever, as always.
Well, you just let me know when you need any more, and I'll make them.
Thanks, Ma. Then send a little heart emoji.
Oh. She sends back a bunch of symbols that looks like she's trying to figure out how to send an emoji, but she has no idea. There's like a 7, a 3, an asterisk, and
Are you sure she doesn't adopt?
Hey, you're not with
It's a-
us.
I know.
It's
I
a-
just
It's a picture, but it's like up her nose. Like it's like she's holding the phone like
Right,
this.
like
and
it's
like-
I want to send you a picture of something I just saw. It's really cool. Ma, you have to turn the camera around. Ma, you have to turn the camera. Ma,
That looks great, Mom.
it's like I'm right there with you. Okay. So, which church do you head to then?
We can we head to the main one? I mean, the one that all 3 of the bodies were found at, and see if either of the 2 of them are still there or have checked in.
We've
Or
moved.
Well, there's,
Yeah.
the sign is still on the front door about the renovations and about the other nearby parish.
Huh?
okay, what's the nearby parish?
That is St. Mark's.
Okay, can we head to St. Mark's then?
Absolutely.
Yeah, let's head that way.
Okay, so you guys are heading off to St. Mark's. Meantime, Nick and Zephyr head to the bookstore.
Well, before leaving the apartment, I go check the box because I really need to pick me up right now and grab me a cupcake.
Are there any cupcakes
Hopefully.
left, Zuki?
Are there any cupcakes left? Nah.
No, you walk over, the box is empty.
Greater depression sets in. All right,
Zuki
let's go.
It's like everyone was allowed 2 cupcakes, but everybody had one except for Zuki, who had everyone else's second cupcake.
Well, you guys left. You didn't want them. We didn't want them to go bad.
You're not even here right now.
Hurry up and eat these cupcakes before they go bad, said Zuki. And Zuki only.
So
All right.
we head downstairs and
A dejected
I toss-
Zephyr without a cupcake
Yeah.
heads downstairs.
I toss Nick a helmet and put the pegs down in the back and jump on the motorcycle and arrange my guitar so it's in front of me instead of on my back and start it up. Jump on.
This seems safe.
How safely do you ride? Are you riding like you're a badass now?
No.
Okay.
I took all the Harley courses. My mom made me do it. And
So- This is surprisingly safer and more tame than you were expecting based on the visual.
It's not going to stop me from holding it really, really tightly.
No.
you're
certainly
holding
not.
me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are you playing my guitar while we're going?
So close.
All right, you guys arrive at the bookstore.
Oh,
Okay,
hey.
You can get off now. You can let go.
Yeah. No problem. Zeph, I tell you what, I'm just gonna run in here real quick. If you want to run next door and grab us some something to eat, I'll buy.
I got it. Don't worry about it. Go do your thing.
You sure?
I'm sure.
My treat. Anything you want.
All right. Give me $20. I'm not going to argue with you.
All right. Just get us
Is he,
something good.
is he going
I
to pull a
trust you.
Zuki is the question. He's going to go and like spend $8 on food and pocket change.
The whole thing, it doesn't matter. I just need private time.
Well, isn't that great? Because so do I. So there.
Oh. All
I was
right.
gonna tell you I need private time.
All right.
All right.
So Nick, you pop in.
Yeah, I quick go up to the counter. I say I need a couple books. You got some time for me?
Oh yes. What books do you need? Aren't you Reginald's friend?
Hey, good eye. I knew you were a smart one. I knew it.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, that total compliment, 100%.
Is one of
That's
the
a-
books that you need how to win friends and influence people, perhaps?
Probably. I should be better at this, but I'm not. I was trying to be honestly truthful. Okay, so I need some books. I need your help. I need whatever you got on necromancers of the past century.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, necromancers in the past century.
It's not like we keep a who's who of the villains of the world. I mean,
Maybe anything about a recent within the last 100 years war involving the courts and necromancy.
I believe that is information you might need to seek from more non-traditional sources.
I thought Reggie said you were that guy.
If it is knowledge that you seek from a book, I am absolutely that guy. People do not generally, or rather, I should say the Fae do not generally write their stories in books and then deliver them to our plane.
No cross-planar journaling.
Yeah, not exactly an interlibrary loan, if you understand my meaning, boy. But if you
Do you
are
have
looking
private stock.
again, this is not the type of thing that someone writes in a book.
You know where I can get the information then. Sorry.
Well, it depends on what you're willing to pay for it. I mean, this information is probably available from the courts. There are the divination sources that you could go to. If you make a sizable enough donation, I'm sure one of the churches might help you. Someone of a mystical bent, perhaps, but this is not book learning that you are looking for. If you wished to understand necromancy, if you wished to understand the different schools of magic, if you wished to understand the effects or impacts of different magic, I could help you there, but stories about the recent past, I could help you with long distant stories of significant historical magical figures, but certainly nothing within the past century.
Is there some sort of magical court that might keep track of practitioners of necromancy?
You mean aside from Ben?
Yes, definitely aside from Ben.
I'm not sure then. I'm afraid that that could be a bit more difficult to find.
I'm looking to
Possibly
avoid the courts as well.
Possibly one of the guilds, perhaps. Though I'm not
Particular
sure.
direction?
I wouldn't advise. I wouldn't advise either of the guilds, the North End or the Southie Guild. They're more militaristically inclined. I think you would need an academic guild. You would be better off there. Or if you know any. And this would be a much tougher ask, I'm sure, but if you knew any Fae that were, shall we say, hiding out on our plane, that didn't want to be found, which of course makes it much harder for you to find them, but if you knew of any that were trying not to be found, they would be more likely.
That's it. That'll help. Hey, I gotta go. That helps me a lot. I appreciate it. I'll catch you later.
Well, all right then. Give Reginald my best regards.
All right, we'll do. I'm gonna run over next door, grab Zephyr. Hey, Zeph, we got to go to your house real quick.
Okay, hang on. Let's Zephyr had also said he wanted some alone time. So what are you doing next door at the?
I actually am calling my mother at this time,
Okay.
even though I've just spoken with her.
Okay,
Is that this morning?
I think it was.
Oh my goodness! But I give mom a call on the phone.
Okay.
Ring, ring. Mom,
Yes.
hey, it's me, Zephyr.
I know. I gave you my phone. Remember? I recognize the number. Are you all right?
I need your help.
You seem worried.
There's a lot that's going on right now, and I need to. You seem to know a lot about this whole what's going on with Dad, the whole Fae thing and everything. Are you familiar with Ben?
Yes, I am. I know who they are.
Then you've probably heard how their building has exploded and all that's going on.
No, I did not hear that.
Listen, we are tied up and working on trying to thwart some things that are happening. There's things mixed up with the winter court and the summer court. And Mom, we need some help. We need some support. We really do. We're currently living out of a single bedroom apartment. There's 6 of us stuck in there. And I just thought there may be some hope that we could maybe set up in our basement. Do you think Dad would be okay with that? And we would never, you'd never even know that we were there. We just work out of the basement, leaving out the side door there.
Perhaps you should ask him yourself. That
would it be better in person?
Yes, it would.
Okay. Is he available? Is it, if I was to head on over there, would he be available?
He is in his room resting, but yes, he is here and he is awake.
I love you, Mom. I'll see what I can. Hopefully we'll be there shortly.
Okay, I love you too. And just as she says that, Nick comes running in. He's like, Zephyr, come on, we got to go to your house.
And have I hung up on Mom yet?
You're just about to.
Okay. I love you, Mom. I've got to go. We'll be there shortly. Love you. and I hang up.
Okay.
What are you talking about? I was just talking to my mom.
Okay. All right. So you got to keep this between us, but I need to get some information about my mom. There's some things that I need to know, and I think that your dad can help. But I need to speak to him in private.
I head over the back. I can't believe this must have to happen because this is just too much of a coincidence.
Okay.
And I toss him the motorcycle helmet and jump on, start it up.
Sweet.
And this
Okay.
time I'm not quite as safe as I was before. In fact, I may have gotten a little bit of a wheelie out of it there.
Okay, so you peel
As
out
we
and
take
you
a-
head off. And
Yep.
so now we're like doing that little like jump cut thing. And they're zooming off on the motorcycle. You guys are headed off to the other church. We keep cutting back and forth, and you guys get to the church. And do you just go in the front door? Do you go in? Do you try to sneak around the back? What do you do?
No, I would probably go in the front door. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So the three of you walk in the front door, and you know, similar layout to the other church. You know, Fire's gonna kill me because we haven't talked about churches in like 3 weeks, and so I've forgotten the word for the entryway part of the church. But you're in that part right now.
Okay. Is there any sort of like service, or is there anyone there to greet? Or I don't even know what day it is. Like,
There isn't anybody there greeting.
okay.
There doesn't seem to be a service going on.
Is there a confessional?
There is a confessional.
I
I mean, it's
will.
not here. You have to go into the main chapel. But
Okay, I'll open the door into the main chapel.
there's a priest standing up at the pulpit taking some notes.
What does his name tag say?
He doesn't have a name tag.
It was worth a shot. Come on. All right.
But he's a little bit far away. But I'll give you a perception check to see if you recognize him.
24.
That's one of the two. That's one of the two other priests from the. It's one of the dead priests. Yeah.
I look over at Keel
Mm-hmm.
and look over at Zuki. Is there anyone else in the sanctuary?
You don't see anyone.
Okay. I give them each a quiet nod. You know what I mean? Take a couple steps forward,
And he looks up from the
Yes.
papers. And he says,
and I say,
"Oh,
Oh.
you go ahead. If you'd like to talk, you can talk first."
No, please, go ahead.
He looks up and he says, "Good afternoon. Can I help you?" And then we cut to Zephyr driving like a madman across town. And Zephyr, I need for you to make a dex check at disadvantage.
Great.
Found the other priest.
18 and a 9. 9 plus. Is this a dex save that we're talking?
No, dex check.
So that'll be 13 at disadvantage.
Okay, so you are driving along, and out of nowhere, a black van pulls up and cuts in front of you, and you try to steer out of the way, and the bike goes into a skid, and you guys drag across the ground and skid to a stop in front of the black van, each of you taking 7 points of road rash damage as the van door opens out and a man wearing a finely tailored suit and mirrored sunglasses steps out. And that is where we're going to end tonight's session. A little double trouble to end tonight.
Good
So-
ending, pal.
So thank you all for tuning in. Remember, tomorrow night we have our Fists of Fury or something like that. I know what the name actually is, but I can't say that name. It just sounds wrong. I can't bring myself to say it. I'm sorry. Gil, Fire, please forgive me. Have fun when you play it, but I'm not saying it. And then On Friday, Something Wicked. Saturday, some Drunken Dread with Werewolves. Monday night, Chosen Family. And then loop back around and come back and join us and find out why there's a van pulling in front of Zephyr. And is this priest just a guy in a skin suit? We'll find all of that out next week. Thanks for sticking around with us. Have yourself a good night and a better tomorrow. We'll see you over in Discord on our chat.